good morning, everybody. I am really excited. It is now Thursday. It's snowing in Wisconsin, Jeff, after an 85-degree day yesterday. Madison, Wisconsin has snow flurries. It's Midwest.
That's unbelievable weather.
Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a little short. We're really excited about it. With me today, once again, the CEO of MAJiik Media International. What is the name of that? I always get that screwed up.
MAJiik Interactive Media.
See what I mean? It's like I can't even get my own right. We have so many different names. Anyway, we put our companies together and we're serving up the world one of the most fascinating, game-changing, never to be. Everybody's going to look in the window and wonder what the heck happened. Because Geoff Pace has his pending technology that is unfolding in our partnership. And what it is it's the way that everybody can take all of that social media soup of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and 1,000 others that we don't even, what's the other one? Jump Top or TikTok or Topped It Up? Or
yeah, what, TikTok and all of those, yep.
You put them all together and you got a bunch of alphabet soup. Anyway, we want to talk to your people directly, and this is what we're going to do today. It's called the MAJiik app. It's part of our Craft Beverage and Culinary Tours group. And basically, if you're in that group or if you're any business in the United States, small or large, this changes the dialogue, right, Geoff?
That's absolutely right.
What it is that the biggest thing is that you can talk directly to your consumer, your people that are following you.
Yes, you can, and you can reach them the way that they really want to be reached, and that's directly on their mobile device. So you can send virtually any information to them directly to the mobile device. You can send things we call perk alerts, which are notices of anything that you've got going on from your business, discounts, invites, coupons, short ads, anything that you want, and interact with them there. And so that's what makes this a little bit different. It is fully interactive. And unlike what happens on the social media platforms, the social media platforms are really there to draw your consumers in, and then they monetize your consumers on their behalf. They use the consumers' identities. They use everything that the consumers post or do or purchase in order to build profiles about those consumers and then sell those profiles to advertisers. We believe that if any of that goes on, it should be to your benefit, not to the social media platform's benefit. So the way we've designed our platform is to allow you to build a community of your consumers and reach them directly. And to the extent you want to monetize them for your business, or whether or not you want to do things that are synergistic with your brand by bringing in other brands and letting them have access to your consumers, you're in control of that, and you receive the monetization from that, not the social media platforms.
Yeah, and people did all the work to build their social media. Let's say you have 5, 10. I talked to one individual yesterday. He said 5,000. He says, I'm a restaurant, Randy, but I'm the restaurant in my community. I got 30,000. And he said, every time I put something up on Facebook, he said, I know not everybody gets it. They don't even know. I mean, they're not, even if they go back, it's not there, you know?
That's exactly right.
So, you know, somebody's putting the brakes on it, and that's called that Facebook algorithm.
That's right.
And,
it's a Facebook algorithm, and they do demonetize, you know, certain consumers below other brands and things like that are paying to be boosted.
Right.
So there's all kinds of things that go on over there that basically creates a very unlevel playing field. But that doesn't happen on our platform. If you, as a brand, send something out to all of your consumers, it's guaranteed that every one of those messages are going to reach those mobile phones. There is no shadow banning. There's no demonetization. There's no algorithms. I mean, it's direct communication between the brand, the business, and their consumers. I mean,
so we talked about, you and I, today we want to talk about, give them some hints, because we want to keep this short, of how do we take all those hours and money that we invested to have people come and follow us on social media. Just a few basic ideas to start when somebody gets their own app, because what we're doing is we're creating an app for a business, which in the past, when I looked at creating an app, it was going to cost me $50,000, $60,000 just to create an app. now
right.
we've gotten it in a way that, we've brought those costs down to almost inclusive into being, if they sign up with us. And the thing of it is that now we have to take those assets and begin moving them and shifting them and bring them in. So the ideas we want to share today are how we do about doing that, because there are a lot of people now have the app.
That's right. So what I would tell you is that the social media platforms are actually great marketing tools for you to use to move the folks over. So if you were to, for example, post a small commercial about your app on social media, and the end of that, is a call to action to ask your consumers to join you in your app for special discounts, exclusive content, all these kinds of things. You are actually using the social media platform as a marketing tool, and you are moving those consumers over to your app so that you can monetize them, you can reach them with direct messaging, share content with them, all the things that if you tried to do that on a social media platform, you either wouldn't be able to, or you'd have to pay that social media platform to do that. So that is a great way to do it, is with posts, small video commercials, explaining what you're doing and the benefit to the consumer for joining you on your app. And those types of things on the social media platforms, they don't cost you anything. So that's the nice part about it, is you can use them to market to your consumers to influence what you want the consumers to do, which is come over to your app.
And exactly what's going to happen with this video, we're going to get done with it. Excuse me. I must be allergic to snow again.
You should be at this time of year.
Well, I got pollen and snow mix. It's a funny combination. The scenario is that, yes, and the cool part is exactly what you're doing. Now, I got in today or yesterday, the Distillery Channel. We do infused coffee, one of the things the Distillery Channel has. So what we're going to say in our ad, anybody that signs up for the app, or if you're a CEO of a company that I've failed to mail my coffee out to, if you sign up for our app, we're going to send out all 3 examples of our bourbon and our wine and our rum coffees, just for signing up. Oh, they're going to all each get a 4-ounce packet just for signing up for the next week. Well, who wouldn't want free coffee coming?
Very nice. And that's exactly the way that you should use those social media platforms, is to tell them about the special offer, market to them, and move the consumers. Now, the one thing that I will say, though, in case anyone is confused, we're not suggesting that you're trying to ask the consumers to completely abandon.
Not at all.
The social media. We're not asking for that at all. But we do know that those consumers need to join the brands in the app, because that's the way that the consumers and the brands can work best together. It's also, I think, in one of our previous discussions, we talked about the fact that all of your social media links are actually inside the app too. So we try to, I'll use the word, cooperate with all of the social media platforms so that your app becomes a hub for all of your activity, all of your direct connection, all of your content, your commercials, your discount couponing, rewards programs, access to all your different social media accounts, things like that, is all in the hub. So we're not abandoning social media. We are just using social media in a completely different way that gives the best benefit to both the brand and the consumer.
Yeah, it's sort of like, the way I looked at it is too, it's sort of, the MAJiik app is sort of like a constant contact being put in, letter generator being put into the mix of social media. However, it comes right to your phone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you don't have to read it. You don't have to pay an additional fee for it. It just, within, what'd you say, 7 seconds, when somebody gets something on their phone, they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, they actually, I think the Gartner study says that people look at their phone when it makes a noise within 4 seconds, and they respond to whatever's happened on the phone within 7.
Yeah, so a couple other things I want to add quick, because we want to keep it short. Talking with the great restaurateur, he said, how can I get people to sign up? I said, put a little placard on each table, maybe give out a little taste treat, if everybody at the table signs up for that. any distillery, brewery, winery, spa, destination, you have people check in, check out, tell them that you're going to talk to them, any emergency notices that have to be filed, or conversation, news, humor, whatever, where people go and check out, give money at a retail institution. Now you can also do this with a QR code, right, Geoff?
You absolutely can. And one of the interesting things about the past 18 months of dealing with COVID-19 and things like that, to the extent that restaurants were open and beginning to open back up, most all restaurants used a QR code for the diner to get their menu. So there'd be a QR code on the table or something like that, and you'd scan that, and that's the way you got your menu. And so it's interesting that now everyone in the United States has virtually been trained on how to handle a QR code. So that actually, is a benefit to us. And so, yes, you are correct. You could put a table tent, on the table with a QR code on it and a little explanation of why you want the diner to scan it. And they take their phone and scan it, and away they go. They're up and running. So we've got actually multiple ways to board people onto the app. And one of them is, of course, the QR code, which can be placed anywhere. And we also have what we call text to join, which is an assigned keyword that people text into a phone number, and they can join that way as well.
Yeah, and a special announcement today. In July, the Distillery Channel, we have a every other month magazine. And anybody that signs up through the Craft Beverage and Culinary Tours for the next month of June, they get signed up. We're going to put a 1/4-page ad in our magazine with that QR code. And that magazine, I think, Geoff, we could blast that out to 1 million people and around the country. Might have some useful increases in their numbers. What do you think?
I would say so. I mean, we see pretty interesting. If you look at other forms of media marketing, you usually see between 2 and 5% lift whenever you market to a large group. The folks that are on our platform are the ones that want to be there, and you will actually get a little bit bigger adoption rate out of that group of people when you send something to them than you do out of the general public across radio or TV or things of that nature. So it works out quite nice.
Yeah, and our magazine is interactive. One of the most beautiful things in the world. I'll tell you. We have it up now on a travel media called Trav Media, and thousands of writers are wanting to write for us, and it's crazy. But next time we're going to talk about next week, we're going to talk about geofencing.
All right.
That's sort of cool.
Well, we have some good tools available that I think the folks will be very interested in around the geofencing and search along your route and things like that. I think will be very good for folks to learn.
Yeah, and the week after that, we're going to talk about live streaming. You can do it phone to your people. The week after that, we're going to talk about festivals. Why festivals would want to have the MAJiik app come and visit them, because we got a big festival we're going to be attending down in Tennessee, I think a week from this weekend, actually, June 5th, called Mud and Moonslide, or Moonslide. I don't know. It's, that barbecuer guy we got to go. Anyway, I know you're busy, Geoff. Thanks for the update. Next week, geofencing. So
I'll be ready to share a lot of information about geofencing.
Get ready to jump your geofence, my man. Have a great day.
It's
not snowing in Nashville, I know that.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Talk to you soon.